I mean, is that a little bit of swelling on the eye and that's about it?
Yeah, nah, the headbutt was what cut me, so I got stitches in my eye, man. So that's the part that sucks.
Son of a bitch. An illegal clash of heads or a accidental clash of heads, or do you think it was a headbutt?
Man, I think it was well, man, the guy just kind of just charges in. He does a blitz, and I think right in between I got a little bit overzealous and wanted to like try to put him to sleep immediately, and just ended up getting clashed of heads. And then after that, I was like, I knew immediately, but it was one of those that it didn't bleed like straight off the bat. It just took a second, and then after like we broke off from the clinch, I was like, oh, it started pouring down. I was like, oh, damn it. All right.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Who cares? We'll get into the fight in a little bit. I just spoke to Josh Emmett a little bit ago. I got way ahead of myself in the interview. I started talking about what he wants next as opposed to talking about the fight first or whatever. Amateur hour moves, Adrian Yanez. There was a lot of bad blood coming into this one. Can you explain? Because I saw a little bit of a headline of his xenophobic comments about the Brazilians. But yeah, talk me through what happened fight week. Did you guys bump into each other a few times?
Man, you know what? I didn't bump into him until weigh-ins, like the day of the ceremonial weigh-ins. And you know, here's the thing is that I've talked like I can't sit here and like be like the media asked me a question. I'm gonna say what I feel every single time they ask me a question. You know, I'm not gonna like try to scoot away from around it, but also like every time I've answered, I've always been like, man, look, I give him a little bit of leeway because he's cornering his girlfriend as long as his girl is significant other. Of course, anytime that you're like, man, I'm telling you right now, if I'm seeing my girlfriend get punched in the face, my heart rate is gonna be up. I'm gonna be like fired up. I'm getting to the corner, like I'm gonna be going nuts.
Punches my girlfriend in the face. I'm like buying that guy a beer. Fucking needed it. I'm telling you, she needs to know her place. I'm kidding. We're gonna say that domestic violence is bad. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. No, but man, like I get it. I get why he gets so animated, but I also would say is like in the interviews, like I also look at him sideways if that's the first thing he would go to, you know. But I'd be like, you know what, I do give him a little bit of like leeway because you know that's a very emotional spot for him to be in. You know, he's kind of being the head coach for his girl and all that stuff, which I get, but he could have gone about it a different way. But you know, and then I would say, you know, the Brazilian fans, of course, they're watching this because they want to see me knock him out. You know, they want to see me knock him out over bigotry and all that stuff. And he just kept watching the clickbait titles that the MMA media would put out there. And then he took it and ran with it and was talking mess at weigh-ins. He comes in overweight, starts trying to talk shit. And I was like, bro, next time just make weight, like make weight. Then you can start talking shit. And that's whenever he blew up. And then even at ceremony weigh-ins, he waited for me in the back and was like trying to get past security to talk to him, like at least talk to me or something. Tried talking to me, and then he at the end of it, he was just kind of just like I was talking shit, and I was like, bro, you called me a wish version of Masvidal, bro. Like no, go fuck yourself, bro. Like go fuck yourself. And then he said something else along the lines. Then he was like, we shook hands, and then he was like, I'm still coming after you tomorrow. And I just pretty much just said, bro, I don't care. I'm still knocking you the fuck out. I don't care. And that's pretty much how that went. And then I saw his walkout. I saw everything else. And I was like, I just don't like this guy.
Yeah, well, not only did you also knock him out, you got a $50,000 bonus fight, performance of the night bonus, and you got 20% of his purse as well. So, you know, I mean, I have nothing invested in this, but they do say he who laughs last laughs loudest. And yeah, congrats, man. Talk me through the fight.
Man, so immediately I honestly thought he was going to come out completely differently than what he did. I felt like he took the back foot way too, like, I felt like I controlled the middle way too easy without any pushback because I thought I was going to get pushback immediately. But, excuse me, he came back and just was off on the back foot, which completely surprised me. I don't know if that was just like because he was scared of the power immediately or like before even walking in or what, but he just was on the back foot and I was controlling the center. And then next, you know, he starts throwing kicks and I saw everything. And then next thing you know, he throws one kick and then just starts talking starts talking shit to me in the middle of the cage, like, you keep bringing up that Brazilian stuff, and I just stayed focused at walking him down. I countered one of his kicks, and he tried to be like, "Oh, that didn't hurt," like it touched his face and all that. And then he threw more combinations and still kept talking. Then I hit him with one check hook off the parry. He threw a kick, I parried, I hit the check hook. And after that one, he just stopped talking completely and just like kind of just like, oh shit. I was like, oh yeah, that's
always a good sign.
Yeah, I was like, that's the one. And then we started going a little bit more, and I rocked him again. Then we clinched up in the fence, and then once we broke off the clinch, I felt the blood coming down my face, and he threw like a double jab, cross jab, and I just skated around back and controlled the center again. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted, like it got into a little bit of a slugfest for me, a little bit too much. I stayed in the pocket, but if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have got that shot that I landed on him, the one that really hurt him. And that was the finishing sequence. After that, I just kept picking my shots, wanted to be technical, not over rush it and everything. So I just wanted to keep my distance, and man, got the finish.
And what a finish it was, and nothing new for you, Adrian. I mean, the finishes are coming thick and fast. I mean, 6 fights for the promotion now, 5 of those by way of knockout. I mean, it's unbelievable. And with respect, generally, guys at bantamweight, you know, they're not the knockout artists, but you truly do have. I mean, you are a knockout artist. You have knockout power, and of course, a lot of technique as well. Your boxing is, you know, fundamentally beautiful. You know, delivered perfectly. I mean, but what do you attribute your knockout power to?
Man, honestly, there's just a lot of days where I showed up and Coach Saul just make me do bag work. It was just consistently. Like I never stopped that. And it was honestly like it was like a routine schedule. And then also too, growing up, my dad always told me like I had heavier hands for someone my size, but I don't know if he was talking about saying someone my size just being a little bit nice about my weight at the time, because I was a little bit fat, but yeah.
You got heavy hands for a fat bastard.
Yeah. So once I dropped the weight, he was like, "Man, once you drop that weight, man, it's gonna sit on you a lot nicer." So, you know, I think I just was a heavy-handed fat kid now, and you know, now that's where the power came from, just being a heavy-handed fat kid.
And now you're a heavy-handed skinny kid.
Yeah, it just stuck with me.
You're in shape. Hey, you mentioned Saul Solis there, and I've got to mention him because, of course, as we know, he passed away last year, and I know it's a very sad thing, so we won't harp on it too much. But he coached me on The Ultimate Fighter, as you probably know, and he spoke about you so fondly, and you know, spoke so highly of you when you were on The Contender. And you know what you mentioned there about hitting the bags. A lot of people, that's where you will develop punching power, hitting the bag. It really is. But when I was on The Ultimate Fighter, what a coach, what an experience it was to work with him. And he was just incredible, Yeah,
man. Honestly, he took, so we went to California. I went to California with him 1 year, and he went to go coach Tito Ortiz. I think he was going to fight Stephan Bonner. And I actually was down there at Rain Training Center. So I actually met you way back then.
I remember it. And I rolled with Henna Gracie that day.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Because I remember Saul Solis came up over to me afterwards. So you were with him that day.
Yeah, I was with him. I was a young little kid. Actually, I only had one professional fight at that time. So I walked in with him and met you. And honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Oh God!
I had no idea what to expect. I was so nervous whenever I walked in. I was like, "Man, he's probably gonna." He's like, from the TV, from like that to going to meeting you in person. I was like, "Man, I hope he's just not a dick to me. I hope he's not a dick." But then it was the complete opposite. You were like the sweetest guy like there, and I was just like, "Ah." Then it was so funny because as soon as I walked in, you're like, "What's up, SA?" And I was like, shit. That made me feel at home.
This racist motherfucker. What's he doing? Oh shit. Well, rest in peace, Saul Solis. Oh God. Anyway. So what is it? 5 fights, 1 on the Contender. So 6 fights for the promotion, but 5 in the UFC, 4 knockouts, 1 split decision to Davey Grant, who Davey Grant, as you know, of course, you know better. Tough as fuck. Man. Shout out Davey, by the way. I'm one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
Oh
Really
man,
is.
we went to eat after. We went
Oh,
out to
no
eat
way.
afterwards. Yeah, he's such the nicest guy, man. He like man, I got genuine love for the guy. I want to see him do great things in this sport, man. I 100% one guy I just want to make sure, like, I want to see him do great things, man. Like when I saw him in his last fight, he looked phenomenal, man. Looked a lot more technical, a lot more.
Who did
more
he fight
dialed
again?
in.
Remind me.
He fought Luis Smoka.
Oh, that's right. Oh, what a fight that was as well.
Yeah, it was phenomenal, man. So like I'm tuning in every single time Davey Grant fights. I just hope I don't see him again because he hits fucking hard. He actually punched me in my throat and I couldn't do any high pitched. I still can't do any high pitched like things. I can't like yell my woos like I usually do because
Give me a woo. Come on, give me a woo.
I can't lose it. Yeah, no. Woo! Hold on.
That's not bad.
Nah, it's finally. Like it would be like, woo. That's how it used to be. Like after he had punched me, it fucked me up for a while.